Perfect. Thanks, Sam. I think that what you just went through is super important. Being able to show that you can do this on your own and that you're not dependent on Google to bring you leads or for people just to find you on the marketplace. It is going to take some work for you internally, and that could look like renewals as we talk about that like low hanging fruit. There is, easy ways to get your first couple of deals. And then once you've done that, or almost while you're still working through that process, it's important to be prepared for when you're ready to co-sell with Google themselves. So you've proven you can sell on your own, you've earned the right to co-sell alongside Googlers, but how you show up to those first few meetings, even how you introduce yourself over, say, email or in submitting an opportunity, it really does matter. The ecosystem is crowded. There are probably dozens of solutions that say that they do exactly what you do. The FSRs and the ISV teams, they have more ISVs than they could logically put full attention into. So preparing before you reach out really ensures that you can make that solid first impression. And all of that, again, like that preparation can be done while you're doing your research and getting your stuff ready for those first two deals. But some things to think about to really show up prepared. You have the opportunity for certifications. So as you go into Partner Advantage, again, as Sam was talking about, there's so many assets out there. There's opportunities to go through the LMS, the learning system, and really educate yourself as you're getting ready to co-sell. As part of that, know how your deals, know how your solution would benefit the Googler. How does it um, how does it matter to the consumption numbers? And I think it's really important that you spend the time to articulate your unique value proposition. Yes, I'm in marketing, so yes, this is like close to my heart, but I do think that it's important. Too many ISVs will take the message that's on their general website, copy and paste it, put it into a listing or put it into their value proposition, and miss the entire joint value proposition part of that story. You need to make sure that you're able to articulate what is the 1 + 1 = 3? What is your solution plus Google offer to a customer? What white space do you fill? What are the use cases or the industry specific pieces of your story that are really important to Google prospects, Google customers, and Google sellers? It's not going to be just a copy and paste of what your general message is to your ICP. It has to be really specific to the Google point of view, the Google solutions, and the use cases in that whole world. And so spend time to understand what your unique value proposition is, and then use that to create those initial like sales kit assets. So one pagers, battle cards. Again, Google has templates for all of these, not always easy to find, but there's so much available for you. And so making sure that you spend the time to create the assets so that when you do get a first call, you have stuff ready to send as a follow-up as soon as you're done. Make sure that before you put any of your sales team in front of a Google prospect or Google customer or Google themselves, that you've really enabled your sales team on how to engage with this audience and why it's important. So we talked about it a little bit earlier, but making sure that they understand, again, what is the unique joint value proposition for Google versus how they would sell to their general prospect. That's important. Sales teams are not always on board with bringing in another party to be a part of their sales cycle. They can see it as something that's going to slow down. They could see, I hear sales teams say, what if Google steals my deal? There's all kinds of reasons that sales can be reluctant to co-sell, but there are so many advantages. And so making sure that you spend time with your sales team to make sure that they understand all of the advantages we talked about before, larger deals, more likely to close, more likely to renew. All of those stats, plus all of the really high benefits to having those joint conversations, the discovery that you can do with a Google seller who has a different maybe point of contact and a point of view than you do with your current customer or prospect. So making sure your sales team is on board and ready to go, and that you've set up an easy process for co-selling. You've got to remove as many barriers as possible for your team so that they want to, or at least less reluctant to co-sell alongside your partners.